Hey, trading world. This is Jerremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing truly sensational. It is Monday, which is March the 30th, and doing some updates on the market. So a lot of analysts came out super bearish, and we'd never really closed with the neckline. That was issue number one. Issue number two is we were beginning to form a Morningstar reversal as of Friday. And really my thought process was this, as I mentioned in class or in the review, whatever wick we take out, whatever direction that we take out, that's likely the direction that we're heading. And we got a nice gap up today, very nice gap, and did indeed trap some people. It's a pretty decent retest gap. So what we're seeing now is we're seeing a strong surge in the morning. Here's kind of the retest, and I'm looking for the market to potentially make some higher highs today, even though it's already been sensationally high as of the close. I am looking for it to go a little bit higher. So the good news is our 174, 173 bull put spread at the end of March week 4 expiration, that did expire. I know 2 or 3 others who were in a April week 1, which expires this Thursday, because Friday is Good Friday, so the market's actually not open. So we did form the Morningstar that we talked about, and you guys can see, here we go. You can play the short-term swing. So I talked about this on the 26th of March. You can play the short-term swing or buy a higher move on Monday, completing the Morningstar reversal. That's exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Wrote that down a few days ago. And I obviously didn't know for certain that was going to happen, but an over 67% chance. It's a pretty high quality probability analysis there. So in my opinion, we've got some lower highs. We're probably going to trade up into this area, pause for a little bit, probably roll over again, hitting this gap, and at that point probably start bouncing a little bit, and I'm assuming at some point breaking out, but it is going to be very grindy, right? As I mentioned back in this area, if we took out, if we form this evening star reversal pattern, the market really is going to just kind of do this for a while. So it's going to be, as some would call it, whipsaw city. It's going to be a little bit wild. So if you're in some trades, longer term trades, just have your protective puts, do your thing. If you did your put sales down here, offsetting the cost of your protective put, I'll be updating those soon, because that adjustment of the trade, really is expired at this particular point in time, depending on what expiration you did. But overall, pretty bullish, guys. Again, I mean, it's longer term, the trend is bullish until it's proven that it's not bullish. And we were just a few points away, I think, from confirming that 2 days ago. But as you guys know, one candle changes everything, and I'm not massively bullish. I do think that we're still going to do something like this. I still think we break out. I still think we make higher highs on the overall market. Any trades you do, probably at this point, should be longer term, non-directional type of trading, and or some day trading where you just kind of, play the gaps and go about that way. Your IWM, the Russell, again, phenomenal trade on the Russell, just really big gap. Huge candle, really just such a sharp drop. It's kind of amazing to me that if we do in fact make a higher high, I think that's really quite incredible, honestly. But this is just a very whipsaw type of market, and I'm really interested to see what's going on and what's going to kind of continue to play out. Some very interesting gaps today as well to keep your eyes on, JP Morgan being one of them. JP Morgan, nice gap. This is actually one that did close below the neckline of a double top, as a lot of analysts were calling it. Kind of retested those 2 days, and we got a really good gap up today. So if we come over here to the 15-minute chart, this is one to watch, in my opinion, on JP Morgan. Here's your exponential moving averages. Now, of course, all this is subject to change due to volatility, but you got some really good volume coming in. Here's a bullish move. Here's a little bit of a rotation, and it looks like we're making some higher highs and higher lows. And we kind of had a new white soldier on the 15-minute chart on JP Morgan. And so if you combine that along with the bullishness of FAS, I do think that we make some higher highs overall today in the financial market and JP Morgan. There's a lot of good gaps out there, ladies and gentlemen, and it's looking pretty bullish, in my opinion. So keep your viewpoints out there for some bullishness, some whipsawedness, a potential really quick move, a little bit of a rotation down, and some type of pop continuation sideways move is kind of my thoughts on the market from here. Until we start taking out some highs, I'll be just kind of still bullish, non-directional on the market in general. Apple is looking pretty today. Apple, Getting that little new white soldier candle off the 50 exponential. So this bull put spread should expire okay. This bear call spread also should expire okay. And what likely will happen on Apple is kind of my guess is, again, I think we'll get another high, another rotation down, and then earnings. And then whatever happens on earnings is whatever will happen on earnings. And if we gap, I will go ahead and say this now. If we do this rotation up and then rotation down, we start bouncing it on Apple, and we gap above 130 on earnings, Apple is going to be into the 140s probably by June, July. What will happen on earnings? That I do not know. That's going to be a big deal to find out what it does, what it does. We'll see. But very, very interesting. Very fascinating, in fact. A lot of similarities over here and over here with these wave rotations. So that's why I'm kind of expecting a higher move and then a lower move and then a final bounce coming into earnings. So it'll be really, really interesting to see what takes place. Boys and girls, if you need anything else, feel free to message me. We have, again, that free day trading room that's open tomorrow as well. We just did one a few moments ago where we set up a few good trades, actually. JP Morgan, FAS, XON, Starbucks, Qualcomm. We're just looking at a few of those good bullish retests. And tomorrow we're doing one more as well. And then, of course, April 1st, right around the corner, where I'll be doing the morning day trading room for Brad, taking over for him for that day specifically. Otherwise, boys and girls, have a good Monday. I'll see you Wednesday in the next real life stock review. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.